Hello everyone, welcome to the Nissan EV Owners Group. I'm Paul Eden. I'm in a Generation 3 Leaf. This car was built here a few weeks ago, and this is the test track at NMUK, the manufacturing facility. This car has the bigger 75 kilowatt battery, and as you can see, the gorgeous luminous teal colour. We're gonna miss the pheasant, and we're going to see how the car performs. There's a number of different road surfaces we can use to see how dynamic the car is. It's very composed in a medium speed corner. It's an oval, so we'll get to try a few more bits. So this car replaces the Generation 2 car that was built in 2017 and released in 2018. It's an entirely new chassis and platform, and the underside of this car is shared with Aria and a few of Renault's offerings. What this really does, though, is efficiency. And it really takes Leaf from being a town car like my 2016 to being something that's much more capable heading away from home. Hey. Let's see, we'll go to this lane, we'll do this. There's nobody else on the test track, so we'll see how we do. We'll get the timing from the cameras later on, but loads of grip, and the torque mounts up really nicely. Steady in 60s, no torque steer, unlike a front wheel drive Aria. Yeah, very nice, really nice, very smooth. It's composed just on a sports car. It's a family car, and it drives just like that. This is the Advantage trim, so you get the bigger screen and the thing which I think is essential, this really nice roof, the glass roof with the integrated sunshade. Really nice piece of kit. We'll push it a little harder into the corner at the north end of the test track. A tiny bit of wood tyre squeal. That was just under 60, yeah. It's a huge privilege to drive this car, and I've been waiting to do this for some time. So perhaps you'll forgive me if I'm a little discombobulated. So what do we think? Well, I mean, I always knew it was going to be good because it's been designed and built properly by the guys at Nissan. Okay, it's read at 10 mile an hour. So yeah, so the driver assist systems has read a 10 mile an hour speed limit, and we're currently doing 45. There is a 10 mile an hour speed limit here, but yeah. It was on the slip road, there you go. There's the pheasant. It's gone the other way this time, well done. So it's fine on a nice, smooth, well-maintained test track behind the factory. But there are some other roads that you can use to test the car. And this is their so-called wavy road. And if you live in Buckinghamshire, you're familiar with wavy roads like I am. So let's go. So we're going to bleed off a little bit of speed. Some nice regen. Good. So yeah, it's handling that really nicely. Yeah, the secondary ride is really good. Oh, this is a pre-production car. This is not a car that someone's going to buy, but the secondary ride is really good. You might hear some noise. There's objects and particles, presumably rubber, on the track. You can hear them on the back axle. I can. I don't know if it's going to come through on the video. So that was the wavy road. It handled that really nicely. And just round this corner, there's another bumpy road. Here's another pre-made bit of bumpy road. Speed bumps and everything. Here we go. Oh yeah, just like driving to work. Huh?
There's pebbles there.
A fantastic piece of kit, this. This takes me back to driving the M25 just after the M3, this does. Let's try that. Do that on the next lap. These are real world conditions. Nissan said to me, yeah, bring it on a test track, great. So here at this test track, there are bits of tarmac that, as you can see, are designed to replicate what people really drive on, because people don't drive on test tracks. And this is very much typical of the sort of roads that buyers who buy this car will encounter. When I drove the Aria Nismo a few weeks ago, that really shone in the mid-range. Let's see how Generation 3 does the 32 power license he's got. Oh, that's plenty, yeah. It's a family car that does loads. That's more than enough. I had a quick go in the back of this car as well as we were driving from the factory to the test track. They're about a mile apart. And I'm pleased to report the ride in the back was really good. Loads of space. We'll do more about that in a bit. The variable regen is controlled by the paddles behind the steering wheel here. And I've now got it in maximum regen. Let's see how much speed it bleeds off. The ADAS is complaining because I'm changing lanes without indicating, but let's see, we'll go 0 throttle. There we go. And that's going to bring it all the way down to a halt, and that's with no pedal. E-pedal's off. I don't really like e-pedal anyway. I've made no secret of my dislike of e-pedal, but with no feet, it's going to creep at 6 miles an hour. That's really good. If you turn the regen all the way off, the car will coast. Now, I'm an old school EV driver. I'm not sure that that's the right way to do it. If I want to coast, I'm going to keep just a tiny little bit of throttle on. And that's how I've achieved my most efficient driving. But not everybody wants to drive efficiently. Some people just want to get in and drive it, and this car really does that. Okay, that's over the speed limit, and I'm going to slow down a bit, brake. And it's also over the rating of the camera that's attached to the outside of the car. So yeah. I'm sure that most Leaf Generation 3 owners. Oh, hang on. The mast sticks out a little bit. Okay. Look at this on minimum throttle. A very steep hill here at the test track. It's very composed. There's no nonsense from the front axle. Let's bring the regen all the way in for the down slope, and it holds it back really nicely. Look at that. Okay, now That's ever so steep. I can't do it without any brake. I can't do it. No, I lost my bottle at the last minute. Right. Generation 3 Leaf. Is it good? Oh, it really, really is. Trust me, it really is. I've had a few goes around the track here at Nissan in Sunderland on their test track. It's really good. Really fancy piece of kit. What's been prioritised here is aerodynamics, and that's why this has a 2.5 drag coefficient. It's extremely efficient, and at 70 miles an hour it can do about 200 miles. That's 200 miles at 70 miles an hour. So it really is no longer just a town car. There's lots of little tweaks down here. These shutters open and close when the battery's hot or when you're at high speed to improve the cooling or the aerodynamics. It's touches like that that really make Leaf stand out. There's been a huge investment here to bring this car to the UK and to build it here, and I'm deeply impressed with how it's handled itself today. This is luminous teal. There's 6 other colours, so you can have whatever you like. In the past, Nissan's key demographic has been Nissan owners. They sell the vast majority of their Dukes and Qashqais to people who've previously owned Dukes and Qashqais. This car is going to break the mould, not because it won't sell to Leaf drivers, it absolutely will, but this is going to sell to many, many other people. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Paul. This is the Nissan EV Owners channel, and I give you Generation 3 Leaf.